Hi, I'm Dave. In this video tutorial I will show you how to create beautiful product pages like this one, which is totally scripts free, no JavaScript included, which means that you can use it on marketplaces like eBay, where active content is forbidden. It's CSS only, but not only for eBay. Remember that shopping experience is highly influenced by visual factors. The way products are displayed heavily influences how customers react and ultimately make purchases. Our creator will help you build magnets to attract customers and improve the shopping experience that finally drive higher sales and put more money in your pocket. At the beginning, we will walk through our entire template to see big picture, how it is built and how each element cooperates with another. Then I will guide you step by step through the creation process, which comes down to adding elements, clicking and selecting variants, uploading images, choosing colors, gradients and setting spacings. If at some point you feel lost, please check out our video tutorials available at itemplates.design/tutorials, where I deeply explain all of features you will see in this video and more. So let's start right now. On top of our template, we have header with menu, which is, by the way, hamburger menu. It means that on small screens like smartphones, these buttons on the right will shrink to one button, and after click on it, menu will expand. It is a great feature that helps with accessibility and create proper user experience. As you can see, there is also a responsive design approach applied on columns below that makes web pages render well on a variety of screen sizes. On the header background, we have parallax effect with image and gradient. Next, we have row and smaller centered column in it, which has negative top margin that creates flying effect above header. Inside, there is row with two equal columns that contains image gallery on left and description with tabbed content on the right. Below is features section, which is prepared and ready to select from elements list. All we need to do is to change texts, font styling and colors. Under it there is two equal floating columns. Left column box contains automate content carousel with testimonials and right has parallax background with product description. Then we have another variant of predefined features section, and next comes e-commerce section with 4 cards of products showcase. At the end, we can find footer with additional buttons, company informations and social media icons. And we are back! First of all, we need to create row for our header. Column is created automatically as 100% width, and we need to change its background. Let's set gradient and image and check parallax effect. Now choose gradient that you want and upload image or select from previously uploaded. Nav is centered and it's not at 100% width. To achieve this effect, we need another row and change its default column to 9/12 width. To center it, go to row setting and click on Justify Content Center. Now we can add nav. Make sure that menu will be transparent and select variant free. Then we need to adjust colors and sizes of nav buttons and text. Let's start with buttons. Hover on it and click Edit. Select white color and extra large size and do the same with rest buttons. Now change sample toolbar text. On the left toolbar you can find blue pause button. When you click it, it generates live preview of your template. Let's click it. As you can see, there is too short of space under and above navigation bar. Click on Edit column and go to Dimensions tab. Check Enter your values instead and add some extra space. Let's say 20 pixels of padding top and about 600 pixels of padding bottom. It is preparation for future flying box negative margin. Under header we need to create another row and add background color to it. As in our ready example, all content is centered, so we need to select Justify Content Center too. Column which was created automatically need to be 912, and we will add to it negative margin so it can be placed above header. To do that, go to Dimensions tab and select proper negative margin top. Being in Spacing tab, we should add appropriate paddings, so content inside will be offset from the edges. Set padding top, left and right to 5, but it's up to you. We do not add padding bottom right now, because of responsive options we will discuss later. In Main tab, don't forget to set white background and shadow depth to make impression like it is floating above header. This column must be divided into another 2 equal columns, which requires from us to add row first. Each set of columns layout have to be inside separate row. To the left column we will add gallery element with image shape set to gallery squared condensed. Select or upload your gallery images or change gallery type how you want it. Right column contains title, tabbed content and buttons. So let's first add text block. Text block editor is discussed in another video tutorial, so I will quickly add texts and format them, adding font styling, font family, colors and others. On pricing text, we will strike through old price and add some margin bottom to separate this text from tabbed content we will add in a moment. Now let's add tabbed content to show or hide additional description. Select 3 tabs with arrows. To change tab label, just hover on it and add it like button, changing its text, size, indicator color and color of tab itself. Being in edit mode, you will switch to another tab by double-clicking on it. Add some description or every content type you want in tabbed content. As you can see, there is no space between gallery and description. The same is with text inside tabs. Let's add more padding to left and padding around texts inside tabs. Below, add two side-by-side buttons, and to do that, you already learned that you should add row first, and then select columns layout half plus half. Next, add a button to this column and personalize it how you want. Block element option will expand button to 100% of container. Remember that you have option to clone button and cut it for next usage. In this case, we will clone and cut and then change it a little bit. It is not necessary, but I would like to show you how mechanism of cloning works. After all major progress, you should check how your template will look in real life by clicking Pause Editing. To avoid sticking with tabbed content, we will add margin top to buttons row. Next element is another 9-12 column, which will be the container for remaining page content, excluding footer, in the end of the page. It has margin top to move away from floating box above. Inside, we will add Futures section, which is prepared and ready to select from Elements list. All we need to do to personalize it is to change texts, font styling and colors. So let's do it quickly right now. Under that, there is two floating boxes with shadows, which in grid language means that we have to create new row because content is divided into two equal columns. Let's move this row a little bit down by adding margin top to it. Columns inside are equal not only in width but in height as well, so we need to set align it and stretch in containing row. Let's select half plus half layout and add second column. Left column contains title, latest quotes and reviews in carousel, so let's create text block, type some title and add styling. Next, add content carousel from element list. Eventually, it will be automate content slider with 3 slides, but for easier work, let's set carousel with arrows and pills for now. We will change it later. Change seating for column in each slide to flex column. To understand how Flexbox Grid works, see another video tutorial about Flexbox Grid. Set align item center and save. Now it's time to add some content to these review slides. Add star rating within text block. Next, add another text block with review. Do not forget to adjust spacing. Then insert face thumbnail. Upload, select from uploaded or input link to image and set smaller width. Under image, add author info. To save your time, there is a clone option we should use when element like this will repeat. So let's clone and cut each element separately and then move to another slide and pass it there. Remember, in cut history, the last element is the one that we cut last, so let's rebuild the review block from the bottom, then change whatever you want. This same we need to do with last slide. Last thing we need to do with review carousel is to change it to automate slider. Then we look at live preview of our page and we can see that we need white background, shadow and some inner spacing on containing column. Right floating box should have parallax image with gradient background and content align in center. To pack all items inside this column in one container, let's create row. Then add some title, divider and text to it. Adjust spacing the way you feel it will look good. Under that two boxes there is another features section with content variant 4. We will change it a little bit. Add margin top, remove column with title, set align item center to containing row, change sample image and shape of it, and that's all. Before footer, there is one more predefined section which is e-commerce cards. You can add here links and call to action buttons to persuade customers to next purchases. Just select from elements list e-commerce section. Let's tweak this slightly. First, add some spacing to top. Then we will change numbers of product cards to 4. It requires to change each card column to 3/12 and clone last one. Change images and their shapes. Now add shadow to each card. If you want, you can delete reviews areas and dividers above them. adjust pricing texts. Add hover effect for image. If you want to change styling of hover text, just click Ctrl plus Shift or switch to Edit Text on Image on left toolbar. Next hover on text and you can edit it with Text Editor. Below product cards there is little spacing, so add bottom margin to theirs containing row. And here we are. We have last element to add to page and then we will adjust responsive options. So let's add footer variant 4 and change its background to gradient. Change under footer creator info background to white. Now it's time to responsive options. It is important to reach users of mobile devices, because it's almost half of a market. With our creator, it will be easy to make proper version for them too. When it comes to options like width, align self or justify content, selected option is also used for screens with higher resolutions, unless otherwise specified. It is because of mobile-first approach. Option like height on device and order is related to specific device. Now let's set 100% width of each column in floating above header box for all screens smaller than 1200 pixels wide. We will set for smaller screens to 12 and for desktop to 6. As you noticed, there is no spacing between those columns and below last column, so we have to add for each column padding bottom. Under that, in Why Chooses section, we will only change width of our text with icon blocks. Set 10 on smartphones and tablets, and 4 on landscape tablets and above. Remember to set Justify Content Center on containing row. Same option as floating above header box we will add to reviews block and more description block. But in this case, 612 width will start in screens presented as tablet in the landscape mode. A little bit of complexity will be with future section under it. We want text with icons to be 100% width on phones and above until tablets in the landscape mode, which will be 612, and in desktops it will become 4. Image will be 8 on all screen sizes under 1200 pixels, where it will be 4. That's not all. To look better with that options, we need to think about order of these elements. When screen shrinks and text columns are wider, image should go before all of that. So we need to give order 1 to it on all devices where we want to change order. To make it work, other elements should have set order too. Now, when you look at preview, you will notice that image is not centered. So let's give the containing row Justify Content Center option. Last element that needs responsiveness is cards in e-commerce section. Add for each column that contains product card following responsive options. For smartphones, 12, for tablets 10, tablets in landscape mode 6, and for desktop 3. Add Justify Content Center in row because we need 10-12 cards in center. And of course, we can't forget to change color of hamburger button to appropriate white in this case. That's it, you have finally finished your template. Now just change texts or whatever you want and personalize it how you want. You can add elements or remove them. Copy, change, move. Possibilities are endless. Remember, customers buy with emotions. Design matters. Attract more customers to your products and sell more.